Hello everyone and welcome back. Meat Department here. I'm so glad you could join me for another video today. So Speedman Simulator has received a Halloween update this past weekend, and today we're going to go through everything new in this update and see what we can do and buy, maybe with some of the new Halloween currency and all that good stuff. So wow, we're just playing a good old game of hide and seek now because these pets are so large from the radioactive world that wow, I can't even see myself half of the time. So yeah, these aren't the best pets in the game, but hopefully we'll change that today and we'll get some better pets. So this is really all I have at the moment. You know, they're nothing great. There's just a mix of all kinds of stuff. Haven't really grinded pets that much, but that's okay. So for now, let's just go ahead and bring up the settings and hide the pets. Also, before we get going, man, they said this was a Halloween lobby. I think they changed the color scheme slightly to be Halloween, and you know, it does kind of have a dark feel to it. But there's also some codes, and I haven't even typed them in yet, so let's share them with you right now. Bring up the Twitter bird, and I believe the first code is, the new one at least, is Spooky Season. So let's redeem that, and it gives a +2 speed boosts. So that is actually a really good one right there. Then we have Halloween Time. Let's see what that gives. That's another +2 speed boost. And lastly, if I can get this, this code Roblox is good. So let's do that. And that gives +7 speed boost. Wow. So you get +11 speed boost just in those 3 codes. Well, that's definitely going to help you out when you're going and grinding your speed. So pretty sweet. So before we jump into the Halloween little portal here that's finally available, let's go ahead and actually show you what's new in just the regular world, at least from what I know, is in the desert. I believe there are some new upgrades that were available. So what was it? Yeah, right here. There's more plus pets. So you could actually get one more tick, more pets equipped. You can get up to 3 now in the upgrade shop. So it was 2 before, and then they changed it to 3. And I think that was everything else. I have everything else maxed. So definitely you want to make sure you go ahead and get that. It's not much. It's like 5, 10, or 15 rebirth tokens. It's very cheap. You definitely want to get that as soon as possible. Definitely get that as soon as possible. So that's the only upgrade, I believe. I think the other change was in the Winterland. There are 2 new auras, and you got to see these. These are insane. So we have all the regular ones, and the party one was currently the best one, given 25 times energy. Well, there's a Misty aura I didn't even bother to unlock, and instead I went straight for the last one, which is the Raging aura. 100 times energy. That is insane. So I did get that. It was 40,000 souls, just so you know. It was 40,000 souls. When you get that, 100 times energy is pretty insane. So this is what it looks like. It is the Raging aura, and that has been a huge increase. Just looking at the leaderboards, people have been shooting up because of that aura right there. I think even myself, not even with like the best pets, I don't even have all the game passes or anything like that, right? I play like semi-hardcore. Like I have like the mentality to play hardcore, but I didn't really get all the game passes because I did want to still, you know, try without them. But I could definitely see, without going on too much of a tangent, getting some of the actual pet hatching ones and all that stuff, they'll definitely improve your game by a lot. So yeah, I think I'm only on one leaderboard right now. It's the very bottom of the energy gain leaderboard. I like just got on at number 49, whereas before I was on like the souls one before the update because I had like almost 400,000. But I noticed that with the souls leaderboard, that is only the current souls you have. So if you spend them, you're gonna drop positions in the leaderboard basically. So yeah, that's really it. So I believe, let's just double check. Was that everything that was pretty much new in the regular world? We covered the auras, the new upgrade. So yeah, I think it's time to hop into the mysterious Halloween portal. So this is it right here in the corner. It's next to the 30 million portal we love. And let's go ahead and go into this bad boy. So here we are. Now there's a lot of stuff packed in here in this tight quarters. There are some shoes right off the bat here. There's the classic pumpkin shoe right here, or the terror shoe, and then the devilish king shoe. So they give pretty decent stats, but nothing too crazy. But you know what, they are close to the finish line, so that's a plus. So overall, I'm just gonna generally say that I think this event is just fun for everyone to play, but I think it's going to be most beneficial for the average player or most of the player base, including myself, really. So the top 5% of players that are, you know, really hardcore on those leaderboards, they probably don't really get much out of this, really, because I think the pets are pretty much just as good as the radioactive pets, and I think most of the really top end players already have high evolved versions of mythics or godlies, whatever the case, and they're pretty much set. But pretty much for you and everyone else, you know, I'm gonna say most of us out there, this is probably gonna be beneficial in terms of power gains, and it's just overall fun and something nice. So let's go ahead and check it out right here. So we just talked about the shoes. If we walk straight ahead, there's a pets and souls exchange. So this is kind of cool. This is basically a little haunted house where you could trade the amount of souls you have for actual candy corns. You could do up to 100,000 every 3 hours. So basically, if you traded 100,000, you'll get 1 million of the candy corns, and you can do that every 3 hours. So if you have a lot of extra souls floating around and you want to just get candy corns, then this is your spot. But next to that, there's going to be a 150 candy corn chest. So these are going to be a little bit lower stat wise, I believe, right? That's the eyeball and the potion. And the potion, well, what else we got? And the eyeball. And then there's ones that cost about double that. They're 300 candy corns, and these are probably a little bit higher grade, right? Obviously, they cost twice as much. They're about the same as the radioactive world, which is the most recent world right now. Oh, look at that little golden one. Beautiful. So let's check them out. Let's just pop them open and check out the stats. So let's see here. So yeah, those 150 ones are pretty weak. They give like 40, and then we step it up to ones that give like 100, 120. Here's a rare. So the radioactive world rare is 125. The ghost rare is 120. So actually the radioactive world does still have the edge. But then when it's epic version, the epics are the same. Radioactive epic is 140 times, and epic cauldron is 140 times. So what I'm saying is, that's why probably some of the top players don't really need this stuff, because they're probably already hooked up with the radioactive high-end mythicals or secrets, right? But for everyone else that isn't at that point, right, and you can't get that point, the amount of energy it needs and all that stuff, the grind to get there, well, everyone has access to this Halloween zone, and everyone's going to get the candy corns at the same rate. So yeah, you can get pretty much radioactive pet levels in this event, and that is pretty cool. So what I mean by candy corns is, well, there's a limited event shop area over there, and then there's a treadmill area. So let's just go to the treadmill area first, just to show you. This is where you can train 300 times speed. So you pretty much want to come here and just blow through your speed, right? Because you're gonna definitely waste less time coming here and using it. So definitely this is awesome. And there's actually a lot of treadmills, which is kind of cool. But you'll notice the candy canes are on the ground, or candy corns. I keep saying candy canes. I don't know what's wrong with me. So the candy corns, and you'll notice the big ones give 170, the small ones give 95, and yeah, you get them really quick. So I mean, you just get the candy corns really fast, and that's what I'm saying. If you're newer to the game, you can't get to the radioactive world, you could get the candy corns, and you can go pop open those egg chests and get really good pets really fast, and that's just going to help you get to the radioactive world that much faster for sure. So this is super friendly for newer players or players that just aren't quite at that last world yet. Now you'll notice the candy corns are starting to spawn a little bit slower, right? They're not popping up super quick, and that's really because there are 2 sections, right? So it is ideal to actually have 2 people farming in this area at the same time, because look at all these. This is insane. So you pretty much want 2 players, 1 on each side, picking up all the candy corns as they spawn, because they're going to pretty much just start instantly popping up after you pick one up, and they're not always going to pop up in the side you're on. So you'll see just from doing this for just a couple moments here, we'll go back over and you'll see how that other area probably filled back up with a lot of candy corns. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if they're big or small. Yeah, the big gives 170, but the small gives 95, and there's way more smalls, right? So, I mean, obviously we all focus towards the big ones when they pop for some reason, but the big ones aren't like insane amounts. It's not like they give 1,000 or something. So yeah, if you're just in an area where you're competitive with someone, I would just go for the most congested spots on the ground, pick up as many candy corns as possible. So now look, when we head over to the other area, like I said, see, it filled it back up. So this is why you pretty much want one person on each side doing just what I'm doing right here. And it's gonna be a non-stop spawn of these candy corns. And before you know it, listen to some music, pop a YouTube video on, and you're gonna be having so many gains, it's insane. So yeah, I know the server shut down a few times when the update first came out. This stuff was tweaked, right? The amount of candy corns were tweaked, and also the values of the amount of candy corns you get for each one was tweaked. It was basically a balance between not overpopulating the world with so many candy corns spawning so quickly that it lags out a lot of players on devices or something. So this is where we're at now, and pretty much means your best bet is to farm with a buddy and get going and get in the candy corns if you do need them, of course. So now let's go back to the limited event shop and show you what is over here. So you may have saw this already when I was here, but there's a candy corn chest, and this thing is, it's pretty decent. It gives a decent amount of resources and stuff. So let's just pop it open and see if we can catch it. So it gives a +4 energy boost, energy, and 10,000 candy corns on that claim. So that's pretty good. So 10,000 candy corns and boosts every 3 hours. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Now maybe the candy corns should be boosted up to a little bit more than that, because I mean 10,000 is not really a lot when you consider you could probably get 10,000 just running here for like a minute because you get so many of these things, but that's okay. So let's hop into the limited candy corn pet shop, and this is really what I want to focus on today because I think I'm going to buy some. So here they are right here. These things are huge, and they're really, I love this one. Oh, the candy corn one is so cool. It's the candy corn crystal. It gives 150 energy off the bat, and it's only 5,000 candy corns, guys. I mean, you should be able to get a bunch of these quick. There's the demonic blood key, gives 250 energy at 15,000, and then the big boy, the sinister shard, gives 400 times energy, but it's also 100,000. So, oof, that's a lot. So basically, to get that gold, you need 500,000 candy corns, and to get 5 gold to a diamond, you need 2.5 million. So we could do that today, and I think we're going to get a diamond and see what the specs are. So let's go ahead and just purchase it right now because I've been wanting to do that. So let's do this. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get 5 to start, and check them out. 400 times. These are sweet because they're godly. What? Oh wow, I didn't know they were godly. That's really cool. These are mythical though. The other ones from the trophies, wow. Okay, that is pretty sweet. Wow, okay, I wasn't expecting godly, so that's sick. So let's evolve them. So they're 400 times normal. It shoots up to, of course, 800. So ooh, I actually kind of want to get a diamond version because that might actually be one of my best pets, and it's always going to stick with me even when I rebirth. Let's go. So I need to get, all right, so I think I got what I needed, 20 more. So let's evolve all of these. This is insane. And see, this is good for players like me that could really benefit from this as a good starting rebirth pet. So let's go ahead and turn these into a diamond. Let's go. And it gives, oh my goodness, 1,600?
OMG.
Wow. Okay, that's actually sick. So I know I'd be losing out on the time speed multiplier and all that, but honestly, I think putting this on for the 1,600 times energy, that is really insane. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that is actually pretty crazy, not gonna even lie. Wow, and you still get the trophy and souls bonus, so that's really the clutch thing. So a little tip is you could have like 2 teams of pets, right? You could have a killer team when you're grinding energy, and then swap that team when you're actually on the treadmill running to get those bonuses as well. So don't forget that. So I think I'm gonna actually try to get a bunch of these diamond ones. 1,600 times is way better than anything I got before. Look at this. This was the best one I ever got. Period, was the epic version of the radioactive pet, and it was only 1120 times. And that took a long time to get. Like, I opened forever, and that's because I don't have any of the special pet game passes that help accelerate that. And this one right here, oof, that is insane. Wow. Okay. So I'm liking that a real lot. A real lot. That is pretty epic. So, okay. Wasn't expecting that. 1,600 times is absolutely monstrous. So let's go over to the radioactive world before we end the video. Let's just see what one of these gives. Now with my bonus, it is 5 point, it's almost 6 septillion. And that is with this guy that's not even really leveled up at all. He's just fresh and his level is only 4. So he's only going to get stronger as it goes up to who knows what level Godly gets to, right? Because this legendary's 191 and still going. And this guy's just going to go ham. Oof. Okay. So I think that's everything for the Halloween update in Speedman Simulator. I just wanted to show you, you know, everything new, get my take on it, and I really actually enjoy it. I think it's cool. I think getting the candy corns is probably a good investment, like I said, for most of us out there. As you just saw, we just bought the shop ones. Now, I don't really think it's worth it if you're a mid-high level player to really open up too many of those eggs, unless you just want to get like versions of the mythicals or godlies, right? Maybe the godlies are sick if you do hatch one. If you have the stats of the actual godly you hatch from the 300 candy corn egg, let me know. The capsule, that's what they're called. So I would like to know. But as far as I'm concerned right now, from my first look, getting these sinister shards up to at least diamond is pretty OP. Imagine if you got this up to the next level, it's gonna be 3,200 times. Now that would last, I consider, probably a long time, but it also costs a lot of candy corns to do so. So pretty epic, not gonna lie. So that's really all I had for today. And yeah, I'm loving this game so much. I am so glad I started playing it. It is so much fun. And I really love the amount of updates, the community, and they're really keeping things fresh and fast-paced with this, so I really do dig it. So thanks for sticking with me. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, please subscribe and smash that bell for notifications so you are made aware when the next episode comes out. But as always, until next time, stay positive, keep running, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.